Welcome to the Courtroom Chronicles. This channel is dedicated to educational content based on real-life cases and true events. This content shared here is drawn directly from the actual case file, and no names, places, or items have been changed. However, the content has been carefully summarized and presented for educational purposes in a comprehension format to inform, enlighten, and spark meaningful discussions. Whether you're here to learn, reflect, or simply understand the real-world scenarios better, you're in the right place. We believe in the power of truthful storytelling to educate and inspire. Disclaimer: while all stories are based on real cases, they are presented in a condensed and structured format for clarity and learning. Viewer discretion is advised where necessary. This case is cited from the Nigerian National Industrial Court online file, which is public record. The story of Dr. Kayode Oladele versus the National Human Rights Commission. In the hallowed halls of the National Industrial Court of Nigeria, a compelling employment dispute unfolded between a man of considerable public service and one of Nigeria's key institutions. The courtroom, presided over by Honorable Justice O.O. Oyewumi in Abuja, became the setting for a legal challenge that pitted Dr. Kayode Oladele, the claimant, against his former employers, the National Human Rights Commission, NHRC. Dr. Oladele had served the commission in the capacity of Special Rapporteur on Human Trafficking, a role he held under a fixed-term contract renewed periodically. His last known contract was set to expire on December 31, 2020. Confident in the significance of his contributions and perhaps relying on past renewals and perceived assurances, Dr. Oladele expected yet another extension. However, that renewal never came. Feeling blindsided and wronged, he took legal action. He argued that his employment had been unlawfully terminated and that the commission had failed to follow due process, especially given the signals he believed had implied a contract renewal. As the court examined the case, three crucial questions arose. 1. Was Dr. Oladele a statutory employee, or was his relationship with NHRC purely contractual? 2. Did NHRC validly terminate the contract, or was there a failure in following proper procedure for non-renewal? 3. Were Dr. Oladele's constitutional rights, particularly the right to a fair hearing and protection of legitimate expectation, violated? In its judgment delivered on February 6, 2024, the court found clarity in the legal structure of the relationship. Dr. Oladele concluded was not a statutory employee. His appointment was contractual, and the terms of his contract were binding and explicit. The court pointed to the clause stating his appointment would expire on December 31, 2020. There was no obligation, legal or otherwise, for the NHRC to renew his contract, and hence the idea of legitimate expectation fell flat. Since the contract ended naturally and not through a discriminatory or punitive act, there was no need for a hearing or formal termination process. His appeal to Section 42 of the 1999 Constitution, which guards against discrimination, also failed. The court held that since the contract simply lapsed with time and was not terminated under contentious circumstances, no discrimination had occurred. With this, the court dismissed the entire suit on the grounds of lack of merit. The NHRC emerged victorious. Why did Dr. Oladele lose? Several factors led to the outcome. 1. His contract was fixed-term and self-expiring. 2. There was no clause mandating renewal, nor any legal requirement for a fair hearing upon expiration. 3. His claims of legitimate expectation weren't supported by formal communications. 4. The court upheld the principle that contractual agreements are to be respected as written, with no implied rights beyond the explicit terms. What could have been done differently? From Dr. Oladele's side, A. He might have secured clear, written terms guaranteeing renewal or requiring prior consultation before non-renewal. B. Relying on informal signals or assumptions was legally insufficient. From NHRC's side, A. Although they operated within the law, a formal notice of non-renewal might have provided greater clarity and avoided litigation. B. Better HR communication and documentation could have preempted misunderstandings. Legal Lessons 1. Fixed-term contracts end when they end. Renewal is not automatic unless explicitly stated. 2. Assumptions are not enforceable. Employees must insist on written assurances. 3. Public institutions must maintain transparent and documented HR practices to avoid reputational damage and legal battles. 4. Courts will not invent terms not present in the original contract, except when absolutely necessary under the law. Thus ended the case of Dr. Kayode Oladele versus NHRC, a modern reminder that in the world of employment law, clarity, documentation, and contract terms reign supreme. Thanks so much for watching, fam. I really appreciate you spending your time with me. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below, and let me know what you think about the case. I love hearing your thoughts and feedback. And hey, if you felt a connection or learned something new, give this video a like and share it with someone who might enjoy it too. Until next time, stay safe, stay real, and I'll catch you in the next one.